How did you break the cycle in your family? I grew up thinking every dad had a belt hanging in the living room, not for holding up pants, for punishment. Same exact belt my grandpa used on my dad, and now it was my turn. Every mistake meant welts across my back. Talked back, 3 lashes, cried during it, 5 more. My dad would say, "This is how I was raised and I turned out fine," while I flinched every time I heard his footsteps coming home from work. The belt lived on this rusty hook right next to our old couch. Brown leather, worn smooth from years of use. I knew exactly how many steps it took him to grab it. 4 quick ones from wherever I was standing. He'd make me wait while he took it down, folded it in half, snapped it once to test it. The sound alone made my stomach drop. By middle school, I wasn't scared anymore. I was numb. I'd figured out how to turn my brain off during beatings, how to take it without making a sound so it would end faster. My little sister Emma was only 6 then, still small enough to believe Daddy was a good guy who just got angry sometimes. One Tuesday night, Emma accidentally knocked over her juice cup during dinner. Apple juice everywhere, soaking into Mom's tablecloth. Dad's face went red immediately. He stood up so fast his chair fell backward. "Get the belt," he told me. Emma started crying. Not the fake crying kids do to get out of trouble. Real terror. She was shaking, pressing herself against the wall like she could disappear into it. "Dad, she's just a baby," I said. "She needs to learn. Get it, now." I walked to the living room like I had 100 times before, but when I touched that belt, something cracked inside me. Maybe it was seeing Emma's face. Maybe it was finally understanding that this wasn't normal. Dad followed me, already rolling up his sleeves. He raised the belt above Emma's tiny back, and I grabbed it. Mid-swing, just reached out and caught it in my hand. Dad froze. We both stood there for what felt like forever, him holding one end, me holding the other. He was bigger than me, stronger, but I wasn't letting go. "Let go of it, Tyler." "No." Mom was crying in the doorway. Emma had stopped making noise completely, just watching us with huge eyes. Dad tried to yank the belt away, but I held on, so he let go instead, stumbling backward. I walked straight outside to our back porch, poured lighter fluid from Dad's grill all over that belt, and lit it on fire, right there in front of the sliding glass door where everyone could see. The leather curled and bubbled, stunk up the whole yard. Dad was screaming at me through the glass, pounding on it. Mom was crying harder, but I didn't move until that belt was nothing but ash. "If you touch her again," I said when I came back inside, "you'll have to go through me." My hands were shaking so bad I could barely talk, but I meant every word. Dad called me crazy, said I was out of control, that I needed help. Maybe he was right. The next week, he drove me to my Aunt Lisa's house 3 towns over and dropped me off with a garbage bag of clothes. "You can come home when you learn some respect," he said. I never went back. Aunt Lisa got me into therapy. Real therapy with someone who understood what growing up like that does to a kid. CPS came around asking questions after I told my therapist everything. They removed Emma from the house 2 months later. She came to live with us too. Years passed. I graduated, went to college, became a youth counselor, met Sarah, got married, had a son named Jake, and one afternoon when Jake was 4, he was running around our living room and knocked over a lamp. Glass everywhere. My first instinct was anger, that familiar heat rising in my chest. For just a second, I understood why Dad always reached for that belt. It would be so much easier than explaining, than being patient, than actually parenting. But I sat down on the floor next to Jake instead. He was crying, scared he was in trouble. "What are you feeling right now, buddy?" I asked. "Scared," he whispered. "That's okay. Accidents happen. Want to help me clean this up?" It was such a small moment, but that's how cycles break.